If you love flowers but hate replanting, you need perennials. Let's talk about the best ones for your garden. Roses are undoubtedly one of the most beloved perennial flowers, and for good reason. Their stunning blooms, delightful fragrance, and incredible variety make them a staple in gardens worldwide. Whether you prefer classic red roses, soft pastel shades, or vibrant multicolored petals, there's a rose for everyone. However, they do require some care, as they thrive best in well-drained soil with plenty of sunlight. Pruning is essential too, because it encourages healthier growth and more abundant blooms. Moreover, roses are incredibly versatile, so you can plant them in garden beds, along pathways, or even in containers. Some varieties, like climbing roses, add an enchanting touch to trellises and fences, creating a dreamy, romantic aesthetic. And if you're looking for something more compact, miniature roses are a great option for smaller spaces. However, keep in mind that roses can be prone to pests like aphids, so regular maintenance and occasional treatments may be necessary. Lavender is a perennial flower that's as useful as it is beautiful, known for its calming fragrance and delicate purple blooms. This plant is a favorite in herb gardens and ornamental landscapes alike. It thrives in full sun and well-draining soil, making it an excellent choice for low-maintenance gardeners. Plus, lavender is drought-tolerant, so once it's established, you won't have to water it frequently. However, it does prefer slightly sandy or rocky soil, so overly moist conditions can lead to root rot. Another reason to love lavender is its incredible versatility. It works well as a border plant, in rock gardens, or even as a fragrant hedge. Moreover, it attracts pollinators like bees and butterflies, making it an excellent companion for vegetable gardens. And if you enjoy DIY projects, you can dry lavender to create potpourri, sachets, or homemade essential oils. Its soothing properties are also known to promote relaxation. Peonies are the definition of elegance and charm, so it's no surprise that they've been cherished for centuries. These lush, full blooms come in shades of pink, white, red, and even yellow, adding a touch of romance to any garden. They're also incredibly long-lived, so once planted, they can thrive for decades with minimal care. However, they do need a bit of patience, as peonies take a few years to reach their full blooming potential. One of the best things about peonies is their low maintenance. Although they prefer rich, well-drained soil and full sun, they are quite hardy and can tolerate cooler climates. Moreover, they're resistant to most pests and diseases, which makes them an easy choice for gardeners who don't want constant upkeep. However, because their blooms are so large and heavy, they sometimes need support to prevent them from drooping after rain. Hydrangeas are known for their large, showy blooms that can transform any garden into a lush paradise. Their flowers come in a variety of colors, including blue, pink, white, and purple. And what's fascinating is that the soil's pH can actually change the flower color. If you want blue hydrangeas, you'll need more acidic soil. But if you prefer pink, alkaline soil is the way to go. This unique trait makes hydrangeas not only stunning, but also fun to experiment with in the garden. Moreover, hydrangeas are relatively low maintenance, so they're perfect for both beginners and experienced gardeners. They thrive in partial shade and well-drained soil, but they do need regular watering, especially during hot summers. However, overwatering can lead to root rot, so balance is key. Pruning is another important aspect of hydrangea care, and while some varieties bloom on old wood, others bloom on new wood, so knowing which type you have will help you trim them correctly. Coneflowers, also known as echinacea, are not only beautiful but also incredibly tough and resilient. Their daisy-like blooms, which come in shades of purple, pink, orange, and yellow, attract bees, butterflies, and even hummingbirds. They're also highly drought-tolerant, so if you live in an area with hot, dry summers, coneflowers are a perfect choice. Plus, they bloom from midsummer to fall, providing long-lasting color in the garden. Another great thing about coneflowers is that they require minimal care. They thrive in full sun and well-drained soil, and they don't need much fertilizing. Moreover, they're deer-resistant, so you won't have to worry about wildlife nibbling on them. Deadheading the flowers will encourage more blooms, but if you leave some seed heads on the plant, they'll provide food for birds in the winter. So, Whether you want a continuous floral display or a natural bird feeder, coneflowers offer both. Daylilies are one of the easiest and most rewarding perennials to grow. Their trumpet-shaped flowers come in an incredible range of colors, from deep reds and purples to bright yellows and oranges. However, as their name suggests, each bloom lasts only a single day. But don't worry, daylilies produce multiple buds per stem, so you'll have a continuous display of fresh blooms throughout the season. Moreover, daylilies are practically indestructible, so they're ideal for beginners or gardeners who want low-maintenance beauty. They can thrive in almost any soil type and tolerate drought, heat, and even neglect. And since they spread quickly, they're perfect for filling large areas or creating colorful borders. However, if you don't want them to take over your garden, occasional division is necessary to keep them in check. Black-eyed Susans are the ultimate cheerful flowers, so they bring a warm, sunny vibe to any garden. Their bright yellow petals with dark brown centers make them easy to recognize, and they bloom from midsummer to fall, adding long-lasting color. Plus, they attract pollinators like butterflies and bees, so they help support a healthy ecosystem. However, they can spread quickly, so if you don't want them taking over, occasional thinning might be necessary. Moreover, these flowers are incredibly tough, so they can handle poor soil, drought, and heat with ease. They thrive best in full sun and well-drained soil, but they're not too picky, so they can adapt to different conditions. Additionally, they're deer-resistant, so you won't have to worry about hungry animals munching on them. And if you enjoy fresh flowers indoors, black-eyed Susans make excellent cut flowers that brighten up any space. Shasta daisies are classic, timeless flowers that bring a crisp, clean look to gardens with their bright white petals and sunny yellow centers. They bloom from early summer to fall, so they provide months of beauty, and their long stems make them perfect for cutting. However, unlike wild daisies that can spread aggressively, Shasta daisies are more controlled, so they won't overrun your garden. Moreover, these perennials are surprisingly low maintenance, so they're a great choice for busy gardeners. They thrive in full sun and well-drained soil, and they don't require much watering once established. Additionally, they're resistant to pests and diseases, making them even easier to grow. However, deadheading spent blooms will encourage even more flowers, so a little upkeep goes a long way in keeping them looking fresh and vibrant. Chrysanthemums, or simply mums, are fall's favorite flowers, so they bring a burst of color when most summer blooms start to fade. Available in shades of red, orange, yellow, pink, and purple, they add warmth and vibrancy to gardens and patios alike. However, while they're often sold as annuals in pots, they're actually perennials if planted in the ground and cared for properly. Moreover, chrysanthemums are surprisingly hardy, so they can tolerate cooler temperatures and even light frosts. They thrive in full sun and well-drained soil, and they need regular watering, but too much moisture can cause root rot. Additionally, pinching back the stems in early summer helps create a bushier plant with more blooms in the fall. So, a little extra care early on results in a spectacular floral display later. Bee balm is a vibrant and fragrant perennial that brings energy and movement to any garden. Its bright red, pink, purple, or white blooms are not only striking, but also highly attractive to hummingbirds, butterflies, and bees. So, if you want to create a pollinator-friendly garden, bee balm is an excellent choice. Plus, its long-lasting flowers bloom from mid to late summer, adding continuous color when many other plants start to fade. Moreover, bee balm is relatively easy to grow, so it's great for beginners. It thrives in full sun or partial shade and prefers moist, well-drained soil. However, it can be prone to powdery mildew, especially in humid conditions, so good air circulation is essential. Therefore, spacing the plants properly and avoiding overhead watering can help prevent this issue. And if you deadhead the flowers, you'll encourage even more blooms throughout the season. Phlox is a versatile perennial that brings soft, delicate beauty to gardens with its clusters of star-shaped flowers. Available in shades of pink, purple, red, white, and even blue, it creates a lush cottage garden feel wherever it grows. Moreover, phlox is highly fragrant, so it not only looks beautiful, but also fills the air with a sweet scent, attracting butterflies and hummingbirds. Plus, with both creeping and tall varieties, it can be used as ground cover or a striking border plant. One of the best things about phlox is its adaptability. It thrives in full sun, but can also tolerate partial shade, so it works well in a variety of garden settings. Additionally, it prefers rich, well-drained soil and consistent moisture, but once established, it's relatively low maintenance. However, like bee balm, phlox can be susceptible to powdery mildew, so proper spacing and airflow are key to keeping it healthy. Deadheading spent blooms will also extend its flowering period, so you can enjoy its beauty for even longer. Irises are one of the most elegant and timeless perennials, so they've been cherished by gardeners for centuries. Their striking, sword-like leaves and intricate ruffled blooms make them a standout in any landscape. Plus, they come in a wide range of colors, including purple, blue, yellow, white, and even deep burgundy. So there's an iris for every garden style. However, what makes irises truly special is their ability to bloom in early spring, bringing fresh color after winter. Moreover, irises are incredibly resilient and easy to care for. They thrive in full sun and well-drained soil, so they don't require much maintenance once established. However, since their rhizomes grow close to the surface, they should not be planted too deep, or else they may not bloom properly. Additionally, dividing them every few years helps prevent overcrowding and ensures continuous flowering. And because they're deer-resistant, you won't have to worry about them being eaten by wildlife. Bleeding heart is one of the most enchanting perennials, so it instantly adds a touch of romance and nostalgia to any garden. Its heart-shaped pink or white flowers dangle gracefully from arching stems, creating a delicate, almost whimsical look. Moreover, it blooms in spring and early summer, so it provides an early burst of color before many other plants have even started to flower. However, once the summer heat sets in, its foliage often fades and goes dormant, so it's best paired with other plants that can fill in the space later in the season. Despite its delicate appearance, bleeding heart is surprisingly easy to grow. It thrives in partial to full shade and prefers moist, well-drained soil, so it's an excellent choice for woodland gardens or shaded borders. Additionally, once established, it requires very little care, and because it's deer and rabbit resistant, you won't have to worry about it being eaten. However, since its stems are fragile, it's best planted in a spot where it won't be disturbed by strong winds or heavy foot traffic. Astilbe is a fantastic choice if you want feathery, elegant blooms that thrive in shade. Its soft, plume-like flowers come in shades of pink, red, white, and purple, so it adds a dreamy, romantic feel to garden beds. Moreover, its deeply textured foliage stays attractive even after the flowers fade, so it provides lasting beauty throughout the growing season. Plus, since Astilbe blooms in early to mid-summer, it helps bridge the gap between spring and summer flowers. Additionally, Astilbe is incredibly easy to care for, so it's ideal for gardeners who want a fuss-free plant. It prefers partial to full shade and moist, well-drained soil. But unlike some other shade plants, it actually thrives in consistently damp conditions. However, if the soil dries out too much, its foliage can turn brown, so regular watering is key. And since it's resistant to deer and rabbits, it remains untouched even in areas where wildlife is common. Coreopsis, often called tickseed, is a cheerful and low-maintenance perennial that brings bright color to gardens all season long. Its daisy-like blooms come in shades of yellow, orange, pink, and red, so it easily adds warmth and vibrancy to any landscape. Moreover, it has an impressively long bloom period, often lasting from early summer through fall, so it keeps gardens lively when other plants start to fade. Plus, it's an excellent choice for attracting butterflies and bees, making it a pollinator-friendly option. Additionally, Coreopsis is incredibly easy to grow, so it's perfect for beginners or low-maintenance gardens. It thrives in full sun and well-drained soil, but it's also drought-tolerant once established, so it doesn't require constant watering. However, deadheading spent blooms can encourage even more flowers to appear, so a little extra care goes a long way. And since it's resistant to most pests and diseases, it remains healthy with minimal effort. Russian sage is a striking perennial that brings a touch of elegance and movement to any garden. With its silvery green foliage and tall, airy spikes of lavender blue flowers, it creates a soft, wispy effect that looks stunning in borders or mass plantings. Moreover, its blooms last from midsummer through fall, so it provides long-lasting color when many other plants have finished flowering. Plus, its subtle herbal fragrance makes it a delightful addition to walkways and garden edges. Moreover, Russian sage is incredibly tough and drought-tolerant, so it thrives in hot, dry conditions with little maintenance. It prefers full sun and well-drained soil, but once established, it requires minimal watering and no fertilizing. Additionally, its strong stems and resilient nature make it highly resistant to deer and rabbits, so it stays intact even in areas with heavy wildlife activity. However, pruning in early spring helps maintain its shape and encourages fresh growth. Salvia is a vibrant and versatile perennial that brings a bold pop of color to gardens. Its spiky blooms come in shades of purple, blue, red, pink, and white, so there's a variety for every garden style. Moreover, it's a magnet for pollinators like bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds, so it's perfect for anyone who wants to support local wildlife. Plus, with its long-lasting flowers, salvia keeps the garden looking fresh from late spring through summer. Additionally, salvia is incredibly easy to grow, so it's a great choice for gardeners of all skill levels. It thrives in full sun and well-drained soil, but it's also drought-tolerant, so it can handle dry spells with ease. However, cutting back spent blooms can encourage a second round of flowers, so a little deadheading can go a long way. And since salvia is naturally resistant to deer and rabbits, it stays looking great without much effort.